Welcome back to the Business English mini course. I'm Sarah, and this is Mark, and today we're tackling the skill that directly impacts your career and your wallet, professional negotiation.
That's right. Episode 62 is all about getting what you want, but doing it with precision and formality. Negotiation at the B2 level is not about being aggressive. It's about clarity, structure, and knowing your numbers.
So let's start with the foundation, making your initial proposal. Mark, how do we make a formal proposal instead of just an offer?
Well, a proposal is structured and it's justified. You don't just state your demand, you back it up with your leverage. For instance, if you're asking for a higher price, you say, our proposal is an annual compensation package of $70,000, which reflects both current industry standards and the leverage my 15 years of market experience brings to the role. You're saying, I'm worth this because this.
Exactly. Leverage is your power source. It's that one thing they can't get anywhere else. Maybe it's your specific contact list or a unique certification. Always find that key phrase. Now, inevitably, the other side will push back. They'll ask for a concession. How do we handle that politely?
First, you need phrases for saying no politely. Don't sound angry or aggressive. If they ask for a deep discount, you could say, that's an interesting suggestion, but we are unable to commit to that specific concession at this time. Or even softer, that figure is slightly outside our current budgetary parameters.
That phrase, slightly outside our current budgetary parameters, is pure B2 gold. It's formal, professional, and gets the point across without closing the door. But when you do decide to give something up, you must always make it conditional. This is where we earn our money.
It's the conditional structure. You never give a concession for free. You protect yourself with complex sentences. Let's look at 3 ways to do this. Using provided that, we would be willing to move forward on the 10% discount you requested, provided that you agree to sign the contract this week. Using on the condition that, we can reduce the delivery timeline to 2 weeks on the condition that you handle the necessary shipping permits. Using if, I can lower the installation fee if you extend the service agreement to 3 years.
That conditional structure is the sound of professional negotiation. It protects your bottom line. Now, what happens if the conversation completely stops? They won't budge on price, and you can't move either. It's a deadlock.
We call that an impasse. If you hit an impasse on price, don't walk away immediately. You pivot. You say, we seem to be at an impasse regarding the financial terms. Let's try to set that aside for a moment and focus on the scope. Perhaps we could agree to reduce the scope of Phase 2. Can we find some common ground there?
You're looking for a new point of leverage. Let's try another pivot. Say you're stuck on the payment schedule. You pivot to risk mitigation.
Right. I understand a 30-day term is difficult for you, and we're struggling with 60 days. To mitigate the cash flow risk for both parties, can we agree to a 45-day term on the condition that we include a penalty clause for late payment? You've offered a compromise and introduced a new safety net.
Fantastic. You introduced a new term to break the deadlock. Mark, before we wrap up, we have to talk about the single most important word you should define before walking into any negotiation, the deal breaker.
Yes, your deal breaker. This is the non-negotiable term. It is the absolute limit of your bottom line. If they cross it, you walk away. Use this word strategically.
For instance, to be clear and professional, you say, I want to be transparent. A project completion deadline beyond December 1st would unfortunately be a deal breaker for us, as our sales cycle depends on it. That's clear, professional, and shows you respect their time by being upfront.
By using these precise, formal phrases, you ensure your interests are clearly communicated and you greatly increase your chances of successfully negotiating your ideal outcome. You sound like a professional partner.
Challenge yourself with the negotiation role play challenge in the study guide today. And next time, we dive into episode 39, 10 English expressions that sound weird, but natives use them every day.
Keep unlocking your B2 English.